The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, we are live with you at the Caribbean Moonshine Distillery, answering your question about should you buy a vacation home, a timeshare, an investment home. Great questions. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Welcome to You Have Real Estate, powered by Renewal by Anderson. I am your host, Justin Clark. A very special edition. We are down here at one of my favorite new places in Orlando, the Caribbean Moonshine Distillery down here in the tourist district. We're going to talk about all things tourism, buying second houses. Should you buy a timeshare? We're going to talk about a lot here. We're also going to interview the founder of Caribbean Moonshine here a little bit later. I'm going to figure out if you say Caribbean or Caribbean, number one, because I've already said it two different ways because I simply don't know. Wonderful show ahead for you today, but first, the opening statement. And we are down here in Orlando's tourism district, and a lot of people come down here and they know they want to buy a home down here, whether it's a second home, a vacation home, or even a timeshare. When you're looking to buy that second home, that investment property, or that timeshare, what should you be looking out for? What are some of the pitfalls and what are some of the positives of doing so? Wonderful questions that we will answer by asking real questions. Every weekend here on the program, we ask real questions to the trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Kicking it off here for the first time from this distillery, Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. Hi, Elisha, how are you?
Wonderful.
So it is a decision to make, right? People come here, they're on vacation, and they're like, oh, I want to buy a second home. I want to buy an investment property. I want to buy a vacation home or even a timeshare. What goes into that decision-making process for a family? What should they buy?
Obviously, it's going to be personal choice because some families are going to want everything done for them so they can just come and have a vacation and not have to do anything. And then other families are going to want to have their own kitchen and want to have their own stuff. So personal preference. I'm
going to throw this right out there, and you're probably not comfortable answering it, but let's get right to it. Timeshares, yay or nay?
Could it be in the middle?
Yeah, that's fine. You want to hedge your bet? I'm good with that.
Yeah, in the middle.
Well, you had bought a timeshare before, and you've told me about that, and you were able to resell it and actually maybe even make some money, and it was a Disney one. So I think maybe timeshare, does it depend on the actual timeshare?
Absolutely. I definitely believe it depends on who you're buying it from.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of people have obviously visited Central Florida down here where we are near the tourist attractions, and they bought a timeshare and it didn't go well. So I know that there are some pros and cons of both. Certainly do your research before it comes to buying a timeshare. But then you talk about investment properties as well. So many people have bought down here near the parks themselves, and they've used that, the property they bought as an investment property as an AirBNB to where, okay, maybe you can make a little bit of money every month. Maybe you can make a profit, or maybe you can kind of break even and use it as a vacation home. I was up in the Ocala area driving through, and we talk about Ocala a lot just a couple of days ago, and like, when you take a left, I don't know how else to describe it, when you go west from 75, that whole area has blown up with the World Equestrian Center. And so many people who might have been priced out here around Disney World have bought residential real estate for investment up in the Ocala area. How is that going for them now?
About 40% better than it's been going for them, I actually have buyers that we just did an inspection yesterday. They're from Volusia County, from Daytona. And they said that the same home in Daytona that is not the same, like 2019 move-in ready, is $200,000 to $300,000 more than what they were buying here, and they got it at $250,000.
The World Equestrian Center is right there in Ocala. There was like this awesome restaurant and bar I drove by right near there too. There's like so much going on, but you can buy property less expensive there, but still rent it out on Airbnb. So you have a second home, an investment home, but you're able to rent it as well. A QR code is on the screen right now for Elisha Lopez at Ocala Realty World. If you want to invest in some real estate up in the Ocala area, I drove through Levy County. It is a great place to invest. Somewhat untapped as well. If you talk to someone in Levy County, they're going to tell you that, yeah, our values have increased a lot in the last 2 years, but when you compare them relative to other parts of the state, a huge bang for your buck. And I think those areas are going to grow up as well. Elisha can show you properties that are on the market right now. She can show you listings that maybe are not even on the market yet. You need to get out your phone, scan the QR code, and she will send you the listings right away. But the sales too, resale in the Ocala area, you do a lot of listings, obviously, for people who have investment properties. I think now is such a wonderful time for them to sell as well, though, because properties are moving so quickly.
Yeah, and the inventory really is low. I mean, there's a lot of properties on the market, but ones that are financeable, that are priced right, that's where there's not a lot of them. And being a broker, being a listing agent, so I'm constantly listing properties, and then I have buyers coming to us, so I'm a matchmaker. Like, oh, you're perfect for this property, you're perfect for this. So most of the time they're not even hitting the market. The buyers are getting them before they're even ready for sale.
And a lot of times, to be a good investor, you need someone like Elisha, who's a big real estate broker in that area, knows everyone, right? And they can put you together on deals before it even hits MLS, where everyone else in the world can see them. This is a huge benefit to you, especially when you're looking to invest in real estate. A lot of you have invested in real estate around Disney World, where we are now. I'm telling you, and I saw it for myself just the last couple of days, that whole northern Florida area is still somewhat untapped and a wonderful place for you to invest your money. QR code here, I'll connect you with Elisha, or call us directly, 407-205-0400. Excellent work as always, Elisha. All right, what do you think of the place, by the way? Awesome, right?
It, yes.
It's your first time here, right?
Yes.
Oh, I can't. I'm going to make you a drink in a minute. On me, okay?
Okay.
I got it. Here's what we're going to do. A very quick break. When we return, you want to purchase investment real estate, right? How are interest rates right now, and how do they compare to you buying a primary home? As You Have Real Estate continues. Do you have allergies? Do your children have allergies? Well, at least you know in your home you are safe from allergies, right? No, you're not. The windows in your home can be giving allergies a major boost to your family, and this is very scary. Dan Brigman's here, Renewal by Anderson. You think when you're in your house, you're safe from all this outdoor stuff. But you're not.
You're absolutely right. You think so, but what we've learned is as the season gets warmer and these allergies start to come out, what also happens is our AC runs a lot more, right? When your AC runs, remember, there's a return in the house. It's sucking air from somewhere. If you have broken seals in your window, that pollen, those allergenic, anything can be pulled through there, and the more that AC is running, the more those allergies that are coming into your home, and therefore you're waking up stuffed up.
Get your windows checked out. QR code is on the screen right now. You talk about AC, though. When I hear my AC running, I immediately think my electricity bill. Oh my gosh, it's that time of year where I have to pay a ton of money to my electricity bill. Windows, though, contribute to that bill as well. 100%.
It's time to put a stop to the high energy bills. You have to. And there's a lot of other reasons to make the investment, but that's one of the biggest ones. What will happen is when you replace these windows, which equate to about 25% of the square foot of your home, that's a lot of glass. That's one whole wall of the house. All of that sun beating in, and on even the chilly days, that heat that you have inside going out, that will reduce your energy bill somewhere between the neighborhood of 20 and 30%. In most cases, will reduce that payment enough to pay for the windows themselves.
I love it, Dan. Thank you. Great job as always. Do yourself a favor. Check out your windows today with Renewal by Anderson. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Caribbean Moonshine Distillery. So happy to be here. We will talk to the founder and tell you what this place is all about here in just a moment, but happy to be joined by two wonderful friends of mine. They are married. They are just cool. Vivian's here. Dallas is here. How are you guys?
Hello.
Hey, Justin.
Well, now that we're down here in the tourist district, makes me think about buying a second home or investment property, and a lot of things go through people's minds when it comes to that. It's like, how much can I afford? Could I actually make a profit on it? But the first thing that they need to think about is the interest rate, because that's going to dictate how much you pay monthly for this place if you're not paying cash. Dallas, how do interest rates compare when you look at like a single family primary home versus investment property?
Great question. And what you're talking about there is combined loan to value. So what that really means is when somebody buys, they take their existing mortgage payment combined with their proposed vacation home second. So now you're looking at a combined loan to value. Rates are still in a very strong place. If you're going to look at an interest rate, let's compare a primary residence rate. Right now, we'll say on average is maybe 7.125. Risk mitigation is measured into that. Rates are a little higher for vacation seconds. They usually run anywhere from 0.5 point to maybe 0.75 points higher for an investment or a vacation second home.
So it's not that much more.
Not
It's
really.
not crazy.
Not really. I spoke with two people here outside before I came in. One was from Ohio, the other was from Canada, and they just both happened to be, and I talked to a few other people, they were looking for second homes down here. And I said, well, what do you think about rates? They said, those rates don't bother us at all.
Really?
We want to buy.
And so when I think about a second home, I think of a beach house. Maybe it's because we live kind of in Orlando, you know, but a lot of people, especially with children, do want to have a second home down near the parks. And that makes sense. If you love Disney, I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
Yep.
What mindset do you need to be in, though, Vivian? And how do I make that decision as to whether I'm just going to get a second home to keep for myself, whether I'm going to Airbnb it? How do I make that decision?
So the biggest thing that you want to look at is look at the development itself and find out whether you can do short-term rentals or not. That's really important. And I've seen many people make that mistake. The community itself, when it's a short-term rental, maybe it isn't as upkept as others. So you need to really do your homework, check to see what makes sense for you as a family. Do you just want a second home that you don't want to rent out? That's fine. But if you want to go Airbnb, talk to a professional.
How often do you find people buying a second home, investment home, whatever you want to call it, where they can actually cover their nut monthly, but still get the the investment piece because the house price is going up?
Oh, I think we saw that big time in the last couple of years. I don't think we're seeing the appreciation rate that we had before. But again, if you're taking into account a rental aspect of it, yes, you can cover your nut, no problem.
And I think that's a big deal if you think about it. So there's a risk, of course, if you own the property, something could happen and cost you money. But if you can figure out exactly what it's going to cost you per month with the mortgage, with the insurance and HOA and everything, and then you kind of know how much you can rent it for, hey, look, maybe you're even making a little bit of money per month or covering it where hopefully the price goes up, or you can enjoy it at times and you're kind of enjoying it for free.
Exactly.
How do I find out, though? I'm buying an existing rental home. How can I find out rental history? Because that's pretty important.
Most of these homes that are second homes might be managed by a property manager that's local, and they keep track of all of that information of what it's been rented out, the history, everything.
And then Dallas, so when it comes to qualifications. So yes, I get it. The interest rate might be slightly more for an investment property, but what about qualifying for that mortgage? How much more difficult is that?
Well, you know what? People are, when they've done a little bit of their homework before we pre-qualify them. So what they usually do is they say, I want to put more than 20, 30, 40% down to make that payment lower for the loan amount on that combined loan to value. So whereas people sometimes when they're buying a primary residence say, well, I can get by with 5% down, 10% down. On that vacation second, I find that they like to put a little bit more money down to reduce that loan payment to make that combined a little easier.
And I think that makes good fiscal sense as well. Yes, if you're buying a primary home, it's better to buy than rent. So if you only can afford 10% down or 5% down, I'm still okay with that. But if you're taking the risk of literally buying a second home or an investment property, I think you probably should have some savings where you could at least put 10, 20, maybe 30% down, just so you know if the market takes a major turn, you're not going to lose significantly. Too quickly, a couple properties here in this area I'd like for you to show me. I forgot.
Okay, no worries. So
I didn't forget. I can't read my handwriting. That's what actually happened.
So one of them is in the Sky Lake area, which is close to Florida Mall. And so a lot of these homes are affordable because you have people that work in the parks and so on. So it's a little, the income is a little bit less, let's put it that way. But this one is 11426 Casimir Drive. It's 1,306 square feet. It's built in 1985, but they've totally redone the inside.
Beautiful. And quickly, Palermo, I can read that, I think.
74 Palermo. So this one is in St. Cloud area, which is just south of Disney, the parks.
Right.
And so this one is built in 2021, so fairly new. It's 429,000, and the square footage is 2,005.
Vivian Lehman, Dallas Lehman, thank you both as always. Check them out, give them a call for your mortgages, selling and buying your house. Here's what we're going to do, a very quick break, and literally a quick break. I go on site with my wonderful friends at Universal Roof and Contracting, the best in the business when it comes to roofing. Watch this, and you will find out why. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today. Welcome back to the show. It is hurricane season. A lot of you are worried about your roof and the stability and integrity of your roof. There's one person out there right now who's not worried about their roof, and that's this guy right here. We're in Oviedo on a job site with Universal Roof and Contracting. A job well done, of course. Corey's here, Justin's here. We're literally on the home site right now. I mean, when you come in, you first start talking to someone, and then you see the finished product. What do you think?
It's satisfying because there was problems, you know. So yes, it's pretty. Yes, we've done a design. Yes, it's all brand new and, you know, sparkly and shiny and all those things. But he had problems.
Yeah.
He had leaks in his house. He had issues with his roof. And the bigger thing is now the roof is up to code. It's under warranty, and all those problems are gone.
And when the problems are gone, the nice man I met who owns this house, what is he feeling right now?
He's feeling peace of mind. You know, he got what he paid for. Like Corey said, we came in here to solve problems for him. The solutions were there. We lined them all up, and he got what he paid for. So he's a happy client, and he's able to send certificate of completions and things like that to his insurance company. And there's so many benefits when you have a brand new roof that's up to code, everything's sound. It's just it's a great peace of mind.
The way Universal operates its business is just quite frankly different than other roofing companies. Number one, contractors as well. That makes a huge difference, Corey, and you can see there's other work done here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Along the way, because there was that hidden damage, you know, we never really fully know what we're going to disclose when we do a roof tear off. And he certainly did have some stucco work and some flashing work. And because we're fully licensed general contractors, nothing makes us call time out on a job. We can continue to go, we can get it all done and make sure we walk away with a completed job that we can be accountable for.
In a world where a lot of roofing companies, you literally never even meet a human being. You're just talking to someone on the phone, they're looking at some satellite imagery. You've completely thrown that way of doing business out the window. You do it differently.
We do. You know, we cultivate relationships is what it is. You know, so many people can come in here and just have a cookie cutter roofing system that they offer to everybody. By putting boots on the roof, we get to diagnose every little, you know, minuscule problem on a micro level and bring those solutions to the homeowner right in the comfort of their own home. We walk through the entire process step by step, and oftentimes we're able to deliver that solution with price investments included right there at that same exact appointment that you've scheduled for. So for the sake of convenience, we're a one-stop shop for everybody.
I think some people, when it comes to renovating their home, doing things they need to do, maybe they're like, well, you know, we'll keep pushing the roof out a little bit longer because it can be expensive. That can be a very, very dangerous way to go about renovating your house.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, homeowners talk to me about that. Hey, we're thinking about painting, we're thinking about doing this landscaping job, all that. I always recommend getting the roof done first, you know, because first of all, it's protecting your largest asset. You don't want to paint the house and then have issues where something's leaking through the soffits because you've got a roof issue. So let us get the top of the house taken care of, nice and sealed in, and then, you know, take steps to do everything else. I think he's going to be painting the house soon, you know, doing some landscaping. It's going to add some just awesome finishing touches to this.
It makes sense to do the bones first because that's really the most important, especially structural part of the house. And here's what you really should do if you need your roof inspected. It's gotten a little bit older. You see some leaks. QR code is on the screen right now. I will connect you directly with Corey and Justin, Universal Roof and Contracting. They will come to your house. They will sit on your kitchen table, not on your table, but they would probably, you know, if that's what it takes.
I came here 4 times.
Is that right?
Yeah, 4 times to meet with this homeowner. So yeah, we
no
sat
one's
down
doing that.
Yeah,
that makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
That comfortability level when you're making a big investment. And again, no one wants to stroke a big check. I get that. I understand that. Who wants to write a big check? You make it really simple as well, though, for someone who doesn't want to pay it all at once. There are so many payment plans available.
There is. We offer a ton of flexible financing, things like that. A lot of homeowners are getting backed into a corner right now that they don't want to be in, either by their insurance company or just coming up to hurricane season. They want to be proactive or they're being obligated to. We offer a flexible solution to get them out of that corner, still give them peace of mind without breaking the bank so that they can have exactly what they need.
And what they need is not having to worry about this thing for the next how many years?
Oh, I mean, 20, 25 years, you know, as long as insurance, you know, keeps working with us, but this roof should last them, you know, well past the point of what he needs it to. So.
Well, I heard a roofing job takes 6-9 months now. I've already missed the window for hurricane season. I'll just wait till next year. Should that be my attitude?
I think you need to get a free inspection.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens. Is so if you haven't had someone get on your roof in a long time and you're thinking it's time, have Justin and I come out. We will do an absolutely free inspection. and we'll let you know if it's time. And we'll also let you know if it's not time, and if you got more life left in the roof.
And I think because of the buying power at Universal Roof and Contracting, while other roofing companies are having supply chain issues and they are having to push them out 6 months, I don't think that's a problem with you.
It's not, nor has it ever been. We've been rooted here in the Central Florida area for 31 years now. That's allowed us to make relationships with the best supply companies, the best manufacturers, and we're held in high regard in that aspect. So we have a lot of advantages we can pass along to homeowners for sure.
Michaela's here. Should I get on this roof or what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're dressed for it. I think you should do it.
Did you bring a change of clothes for me?
I like that.
Oh my God, so nice. We've been trying to get out to a job site. You did my roof, so I've seen you in action, of course, too. But the work you guys do is incredible, and it's really the care and the dedication that you two have, and really the whole team over at Universal. It exudes out of your personality that you really care about doing these roofs the right way and keeping people happy. It's amazing.
Absolutely. It means a lot to us.
Good job, bro. Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, man.
You got it, man.
Good to see you.
Man.
Yeah, I'm going to get on a roof. Here's what we'll do, a very quick break, but first, if you need to have a roof inspected, all right, even if it's just old, you need to have them come out and see what's going on. If there's nothing wrong with it, you know what they're going to tell you? It's your lucky day. There's nothing wrong. They're not going to try to upsell you. They're not going to sell you unless your roof needs them. QR code on the screen right now, or call 407-205-0400. You have real estate continues. It is getting hot outside, thankfully, in my house.
Our house. Oh, yeah. It's our house. It's not just
I
yours,
always forget.
buddy.
In our house, it is
Yes.
not hot because Old Ash connected us with Duquesne. Our house feels amazing right now. It was hot before.
It was. And now it's cool.
Now it's cool.
I like it cool.
But I think it's a little bit too cool because you do a lot of things that you're not supposed to do. Here are the do's and don'ts of your AC unit. Do not leave the air conditioner running at a very low temperature all day and night for you.
Yeah.
It's recommended that you leave the temperature between 76 and 78. I'm laughing
that's
because
hot.
you
That's
never
hot.
leave it at 76
I
or
do
78. I
not.
wake up in the middle of the night and I turn it up to where I hope you will forget the next morning to turn it back
I
down.
can feel it. So if that does happen, and let's say it's 78 in your house and you want to turn it
should
down,
be.
don't do it drastically to cool the home faster. So if it's like a 78, don't turn it to 60 like I might do. The perfect temperature for your house is usually between 72 to 74. That's where I like it.
Or if it's at 72 and you're just angry, you turn it down to like 60.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable to me. But also, don't stop the regular maintenance. You have to make sure you properly maintain your air conditioning, change the filter every 3 months, or even call over a technician to check it out maybe once a year to make sure that the drainage is good, the gas levels, and all the components with your system are set for the long haul.
And don't obstruct the unit itself. So don't put your pickleball bag there, to just leave it. So literally let the unit be. Don't put any kind of like thing that might be in the garage or decorations or anything of that nature inside of the unit.
What if I'm like hiding from you to drink a beer in the garage or something and I stand right there? Does that count?
Don't sit down like right in front of the unit. Do it somewhere else.
And leaving doors open as well. I can't blame her for this one. We know
that's
not to
all you.
leave the outside doors open. We get that. But ACs are designed to cool individual rooms in your home, so you want to close the doors in each room, and that's going to really affect positively your efficiency.
Perfect. So I'll be inside, you be outside.
I love it. And speaking of efficiency, remember that the Duquesne Links inverter heat pump is the right choice for you with quick link inverter technology, and it's incredibly quiet with its feature of Quiet Link. To learn more about Duquesne, like we did, visit the website on the screen or visit them on Facebook today. Thank you, Duquesne. And finally today, the man who made all of this happen, who founded this amazing brand, Caribbean Moonshine, Steve Nichols, joins me. Steve, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
We love the distillery, of course, but it's really this product that makes everyone so happy. And people get a little scared at times when you say moonshine. They think West Virginia, I'm going to be hammered in 2 seconds. And that is not your product at all.
No, it's a sugar base and it's a rum flavor. Matter of fact, just last week we won international award with our passion fruit and banana. And last year we won international awards with our coconut and peanut butter and chocolate. People love it.
How did this idea come to life?
Well, I must say that my partner, Mike Weber, who isn't here today, was a big part of it as well. And he come back from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee with this concept and idea. He says, hey, Steve, let's get together. They're not doing anything like this in Orlando. Let's do a moonshine. And I'm like, Mike, I know nothing about moonshine. Beer, yes.
Yeah.
Moonshine, no. But we just put 2 and 2 together, found a great distillery, got some good people, And here we are.
I can't tell you which one's my favorite. I literally love every flavor. But the distillery process here too is a lot of fun. A great place to have corporate events, take tours of the distillery here. What is it like when someone comes to visit you here?
Thank you for asking that. So right now we are doing events. We can actually have events here. We can bring events to you. We can bring mixology events to you. And right now we're doing tours. So we have two type of tours. And one of the tours is you get to actually bottle your own moonshine. So you actually come in when we're bottling it. We hand you the empty bottle, and you, from filling it to corking it to labeling it to fusing it, it's all you. So we have that tour. We welcome people to come for tours.
Yeah, it's great. Great time for bringing your staff here, having any type of an event. It's awesome. A lot of hotels around here as well. What a great place for you here visiting Orlando to come check out the distillery. You must see a lot of the hotel guests here too.
We do, and we're literally right in the backyard. We have Hilton, Tuscany, and that's how we ended up doing something out at the Grammys, because the rap artist Etcetra's wife come in here, who's from Barbados, and she wanted to give it a real test to see how this rum was. She loved it so much, she got her husband over here, and her husband loved it so much, they invited us out to the Grammys, and now we're doing a custom flavor for him.
Yeah, and the flavors are incredible for sure. Why do people, when they think moonshine, think West Virginia, Tennessee, and they don't think where it really came from?
Well, that's a great question. The first written record of moonshine comes from Barbados in 1650. And it was just the botanical fruits and everything like that were put together and harvested by the slaves, and the European colonists really took hold of it and expanded it. And it really didn't even reach our country as far as the Caribbean style rum to the early 1900s. However, the mountain moonshine, which is more of your corn and hash base, I guess it's all about marketing 101,
Sure.
And they're marketing the heck out of it, and they do a great job. But a lot of people weren't familiar with the process, with the rum and the Caribbean background of it. So I think that's where the confusion comes.
Now, if someone can't get down here to the distillery, I've seen it popping up on restaurant menus and at liquor stores, really throughout Central Florida and beyond. How can someone check it out if they don't get it here?
Well, we're trying to get it in more restaurant and hotels. So if you're interested, call. But you can always order it online. And like I said, we're always interested in getting our expansion out there, whether it's a retail store, a restaurant, what have you, so we can expand it.
And again, the flavor's great. You can drink it just as it is,
Yes.
but you've created some amazing concoctions and really cocktails out of them. What's some of your favorites?
I think the Florida Georgia Liner, the frozen one, is my favorite. Oh, yeah. And we just do mojitos and everything else. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that within about 2 weeks, we're going to have a launch of our next product,
Yes.
which is going to be the 1650 spiced rum, 80 proof, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
I can't wait. We'll be
Yes.
here. Steve, good to see you, brother.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the good work.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
good luck with all this. It's an amazing
Thank you all.
product, obviously. Thank you to Caribbean Moonshine for having us out here, Steve, and thank you to all of our wonderful guests, to our crew, Ivan, Philip, Derek, Tyson's here, Michaela, Dallas, Vivian, thank you guys so much. It's always a challenge getting out here in the public, but we always love doing it. Thank you guys so much. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.